Today we will be talking about Yuri, but I don't mean this Yuri, and I don't mean this Yuri, and I don't mean this Yuri unfortunately. I'm talking about this Yuri. Because as part of the 1.3 nail in the coffin patch, they thought it would be funny to piss me off even more by changing Yuri's voice and face. Like, what was wrong with it? I mean, yeah, her eye was a bit fucked up, but come on. NCSoft really just didn't want me to have a thick Russian waifu, I guess. Yuri is supposed to be a fighter, but is actually an assassin, as she is the definition of a glass cannon. She can one-shot almost anything in the game, but will fall over to a light breeze. Yuri's basic attack is just her bare fist, because that's all she needs to beat the piss out of you, since after all, the most valued traits in a woman are thick thighs and physical strength. Yuri's passive is literally a copy-paste of Cagnazzo's passive. Basically, she has the soul meter instead of mana, that fills from attacking stuff, and when it's full, you gain additional effects on your abilities, including your ult. Because for some reason, removing the resource that limits ability use and replacing it with one that instead buffs abilities on certain characters is apparently considered balanced. Now it also has an extra bit that when you drop below a certain HP threshold, a maid will show up and stun enemies in a little circle, then act like a healing drone. Yuri's survival skill is vodka, a toggle ability that makes her chug a bottle of vodka, draining stamina to fill your soul bar, reduce your current cooldowns, and give defense and CC reduction while it's active. Her first skill is because once you use it, they are already dead. It's a point and click dash that teleports dead ass behind your target, likely making them incredibly confused for a few seconds. Like, she's just there now, standing behind you. What do you even do about that? What can you even do about that? With a full soul meter, it will also stun them for a short time. Yuri's next skill is one punch waifu, because that's all it is. You dash forward and punch. That's literally it. And if you waste your soul bar on it, it will apply slow. But yeah, I simply can't justify ever taking this skill. It's just a really bad version of Wiafu Shindaru that has to be aimed, has a shorter cast distance, and doesn't stun. The Chris Brown 1-2 combo. Basically, it makes you rack off like 5 punches in a really short time span. It does more damage to stunned enemies. The empowered version also reflects projectiles instead of destroying them, which is helpful almost never. This, plus Wiafu Shindaru, is Yuri's standard combo, and since this does more damage to stunned enemies and your engaged stuns, it's free real estate. Don't move because it's funny. This skill makes Yuri do an extra long flying kick that damages everything it hits, but the real reason you take it is because at max rank, it lets you dodge all incoming attacks for 3 seconds, as long as you don't move after you cast it. Now this is a very strange and obscure thing that a lot of people didn't even know about. So quite simply, you would launch yourself into the enemy team just standing there, taking absolutely no damage and confusing the shit out of them. Yuri's ult. Yuri's ult is half the reason you play her. It's basically just her main combo of Wiafu Shindaru and the Chris Brown 1-2 combo taped into one button. You launch forward and start absolutely walloping some poor dude over and over until he dies. Now this is one of a few skills that is capable of truly one-shotting someone. For nodes, you really just want to stack as much skill power as possible, since your basic attack is slow and weak, and putting defense on her is completely worthless, since a Nanu buff Inouen can one-shot you anyway. But you can put a stamina node in your blue slot just to have your survival skill active for longer. Now playing Yuri is actually easier than it sounds. All she does is make a trade offer. Simply press 2 buttons, kill someone, and then die, which is sometimes worth it if you can remove their ultra buffed Sonin from the fight before it even starts. Balls! You want to bring a Wiafu Shindaru and the Chris Brown 1-2 combo pretty much all the time, since it's your bread and butter for killing players. Engaging with a point and click and forcing a switch with Chris Brown, then using your ult to go for the kill is probably the best course of action, since this is what will delete people the quickest. If you're in a fight that lasts more than 3 seconds, then they will be the ones saying Wiafu Shindaru. Knowing your matchup with Yuri is actually really important, since she absolutely dunks on squishy green masters like Sonnet and NBA, but is hot trash against anything like Kag or Ritlock. Now you know how to play hard-based Chan, and now you can press 2 buttons and pretend you're good at the game. The next time you get onto the most Russian-based waifu simulator, CSGO. The most Russian-based waifu simulator, MXM. I'll see you when we die.